It's Ebro on the morning. Laura Styles, Rosenberg.
Yeah.
I want to introduce you guys to some people I've got to know over the last 2 years because of a movement they created here in the New York City. I want you guys to give it up for my friend Irvin Benitez. And his whole Greatest Day Ever crew. Is that what you guys would be called? The Greatest Day Ever crew? Is that the right?
Nah, it's pretty much, because it's Greatest Day Ever is pretty much like a collaboration between a lot of different party movements here in New York. But, you know, we started Brunch Bounce, and then I created the Greatest Day Ever after that.
Got it.
You know, once Brunch Bounce took off, you know, I just had this crazy idea. I was just like, you know what? I see all these other movements, people that I'm friends with, you know, the Henny Palooza guys, the World guys, Swap House, Apartment 78. Like,
Right.
I'm cool with everybody. And I was just like, you know, we should all just come together and do one massive party. Came up with a business model that worked, you know.
For everyone.
I just told everyone, like, yo, listen, man, I got this crazy idea. Ride with me. I'll put all the money on. And if we lose, I lose.
Right.
But if we gain, we all win. You know
So
what I'm
now, fast forward, it's been a year since the first Greatest Day Ever.
Yeah.
Which was in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn last year.
Williamsburg. What is that? What is it called? 50 Kent? Is that the?
It
used to be called the Williamsburg Waterfront.
Waterfront,
yeah.
Inlet now. They call it a bunch of different names.
But it's a great space, right?
Sure.
It's where you did a Peter Palooza once, Rosenberg. And now this event, last year I went and the reason I went was because I heard that before a location had been announced, 5,000 tickets had sold
Correct.
through
Now,
Facebook.
for the people that are the audience that's tuned in right now, this is more of like is it a festival vibe? What kind of
Well,
party
that's
is
where
it?
I wanted to get to, is because everyone tries to put like categories on things. So you say, yo, you're going to the Greatest Day Ever. People go, who's performing? And you go, I don't know. And they go, well, who's DJing? And you go, I don't know. I don't know the names on the fly. Like me personally, I don't know them. It's not like you. And I know that you've had Just Blaze. I know you've done events with like Just Blaze. You've done some big like electronic DJs and things like that. But that's not what the movement's about.
No, not so much. You know, I think that's something that's lost on people when it comes to, I mean, we all agree that on a festival level, you know, now it's become so saturated because everybody's just like line up. You know, I mean, I remember even like this year when the Gov Ball lineup came out, everybody's just like, oh, the lineup is trash. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's
Look at this lineup right
like,
now.
yeah,
That's
it's like,
considered trash.
Look at this lineup. And the thing that happens with festivals, I feel, is that, you know, once you go big, there's like no coming back from that. You know, you're just completely stuck to that. So we took a different approach where we say, you know what, we're going to make it experiential in itself so that there's something there beyond us just
Carnival games. Ferris wheel or whatever.
That's the theme of the whole thing, right? So it's a carnival theme because
Oh,
I
that's
wanted
fun.
to make it so that the audience is completely involved. No, I feel you. I love carnivals, right?
Me too.
So
Why are you
Cotton
laughing?
candy, popcorn.
Yes, I
face
like that.
painting,
I like that. I like that.
balloons.
Well, it
I
is
like
fun.
that.
It's more fun than just sitting around.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just
Exactly,
giving.
that's
Can
the
I get? Can I get?
I agree with Laura. Sorry. Okay.
So now last year was 5,000 tickets before you even announced a location. Then this year you took it to Miami.
Yeah,
How
we
did
took it to
Miami
Miami.
receive it?
Miami was great. Miami, you know, we did like about 2,000 folks throughout the day. It was the first time out. So after we did it the first time last year, we said, you know what, I think we got something here, you know? At that time, I was still working and everything, and I said, yo, if this goes well, I'm going to quit my job, and I'm just going to dedicate myself to this full time. Because while I was working on it a lot of hours and, you know, I couldn't call perhaps and chase a sponsor at 2 a.m. You know, I was up at 2, 3, 4 a.m. doing a lot of different things around it, but there's no certain phone calls that I could make and business meetings that I couldn't take because I'm at work all day, you know? So I said, you know what, if this goes well, I'm gonna quit my job. Came October, quit my job, dedicated myself to this full time. And then shortly after, you know, my partners quit their jobs as well.
And this is what you guys do.
This is what we do.
So the reason this is interesting to me is because, you know, you see so many nightclubs, right? You see so many strip clubs. You see so many festivals. You see so many concerts. You see, and this kind of breaks that mold completely. And you went for a completely different market. It's not, and the other part is I was impressed by how multicultural it is, as well as multi-format. Like, you don't see that, right? A full festival that is as many black people and Spanish people as white people. Hip hop's playing, electronics playing, reggae music's playing, dembo's playing, you know, reggaeton's like, and everyone's partying for 5-6 hours together. Yeah. Did you plan it that way, or did that just kind of happen?
You know, that's intentional. You want it to be like the united colors of partying. You know what I mean? Like, music pretty much has no color. I like to say it's what unifies us, right? And so we wanted to have an event where you had different people come from different parts of New York, and now even outside of New York, there's people flying in from out of town, you know, from Miami, from Canada, from all different types of places. And to me, that's a beautiful thing, right? And the event itself, from a musical standpoint, you know, when we sit down and we talk about which artists we're going to bring in, the point is this should be the place where the kid that perhaps loves hip hop, listens to EDM from time to time, you know, and maybe feels a little bit uncomfortable going to an electronic event, and vice versa. You have the kid that loves electronic, dabbles in hip hop, but he might not feel, you know, so in his element at like a summer jam, let's say, you know. So this is the place where those two kids converge, they meet, and they both feel totally comfortable and have a great time, you know, meet new people that have different backgrounds and different interests and things like that, and just connect. And that also ties into why we put activities within the event. It's one thing for all of us to go to an event together and just stare at the stage all day, versus where now we're like enjoying the music, enjoying the DJ. That's a component of it, but then we're also here playing games and doing other things within the event. So now it creates a completely different type of atmosphere. Even in last year when it was packed, you stood on the stage, you can see a swirl, because it's not just a crowd just staring at the stage or with things going on. So people are just like moving about the event. And I mean, you saw when you came in, you went right to the front, and it's just like
I was
movement all around. Everybody's like, oh, let's go play games. Let's go throw, you know, try to get the guy down in the dunk tank. Let's check out the stilt walkers. Let's go get food, you know.
So is this a family event, or is it all ages?
No, it was last year was 21 plus. So we did 7,000 people, 21 plus. This year we wanted to increase the range a little bit, so we dropped the age down to 18.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's 18 and over, 18 to dance and 21 to drink.
Yeah, but they're not going to be messing up my drinking spots, because I have specific drinking spots in there. There's drinking corners where I tuck away.
Yeah, no, we're definitely making sure that it's done. I mean, we sold the bulk. We didn't drop the age down until we did about 2,500 tickets. So the overwhelming majority is going to be 21 and over.
And is it the same place this year or no?
The same place.
Okay.
Yeah. We didn't say that initially, but we did mention it now. It's the same
But
place.
a lot of people buy tickets just for the movement.
And that's the point. That's what you want it to be. Because sometimes, like now, a festival gets announced, they're like, yeah, I'll wait till the lineup. Or they make their announcement for the date and everything along with the lineup. We did it differently. We announced Miami and New York in in January, but we didn't announce the New York lineup till May.
Right. And so are there names that we may know on this New York lineup this year?
Travis Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, so Travis Scott is there.
Handle your insurance before the event starts.
Yeah, Travis, stay off that riot shit, bro.
I'm only half kidding. I would really handle your insurance stuff well.
Travis Scott, DJ Craze, 5-time DMC champion, Trippy Turtle, Miha is also on it. So now you have both, right? You have the Craze with the hip hop. You have.
I know Craze. I don't know Miha.
Miha she rolls with Skrillex, part of his crew and everything. So you know she's a really dope female DJ. We also have Washy Fire from Major Lazer, who we love. That's the homie, and they're awesome. And he's gonna bring that Caribbean energy and vibe to it. You know. We have Shiv Key as well, who's coming in from London. Really dope. He DJs and sings while he's DJing. Like he has tracks that, you know, are really massive. You go on YouTube, like 3 million, 4 million views, but he's gonna DJ, sing at the same time and everything. So, and then you also have our guys from the Brunch Bounce crew that are local DJs. So now it's a convergence of, you know, people that play the globe and also some local cats that are coming up. You know what I'm saying? So we give everybody that platform.
When you started doing Brunch Bounce, and shout to Apartment 78, do great events up there, on the guys at Henny Palooza and World, were you guys frustrated with the New York club scene? Is 100%. That why these things started?
That's exactly why.
And what was the frustration?
I mean, for me, it's just become so much about posturing and everything. You know, I mean, I'm talking about like, we're probably about the same age, so I've seen the transition through the New York nightlife, right? You're talking about the times where it was like mega club era, where it was like 2000 Deep Sundays,
Club Exit,
and you know Copacabana down like 2000. I'm not talking about 2001 day. It's 2000 Friday, 2000 Friday, Saturday. I'm sorry, and it's just like, you know, that era changed to a bunch of little small spots with bottle service. You got to come in with 10 girls. They got to be 6'1". They got to have straight hair. You got to buy 10 bottles for every 3 guys, and it's just like, dude, I just want to have a good time. Yeah. It's corny to me. You know what I mean? So it's just like, now it's becoming nightlife just about posturing and just having
stand on the couch, look at each other, nobody like, dance.
Stare at their phones, and it's like, oh, we were turned up. No, you weren't. You know what I mean? You were not turned up. You were standing on the table just scrolling your phone and buying a bottle. And it's just become like a pissing contest almost. Like, you know, you buy 10 bottles, all right, I'm up you, I'm buy 11. You know what I mean?
And a lot of
hashtag things I've never said.
A lot of people don't even know, right? So the clubs, they'll like you'll see them, you know, all the girls come out, 20, 50 bottles, whatever the number is, and they put the bottle down, right? And then when nobody's looking, they pick the bottles back up. because they just want to make it look like that person bought a bunch of bottles. So it's promo to try to get someone else to buy the bottles.
Oh, it's a lot of things, and you even have like account reps from some of like the
liquor company,
that come. And
Oh,
they just,
absolutely.
You know, buying the bottles, bottles, and it's just like, dude, like I don't care, like you know what I mean. Like I don't have anything against. You know, if we go out in the
Look,
group,
if that's what you like, that's what you like.
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't have. I know that there's people that actually get the bottle service because they want to be comfortable. Us four go out together. We want to have our own section.
Space, yeah.
Fiscally, it makes more sense. We're all we all drink the same thing, and you know, okay, let's get a table. Let's
He's
get
such
one
a
bottle.
businessman, right?
You know, whatever.
Fiscally, this is more responsible. So let's.
And by the way, that's almost never true. It's not like they charge.
not.
It's not like they charge you the bottle price at the liquor store. It's like, all right, that's $40.
no, it's $400.
Yeah,
it's
it's.
But you're
insane.
paying for comfort. You know what I mean? So that makes sense. But when it's about the posturing and it's like, oh my God, I got a hookah. Oh my God, I'm so cool. And it's just like, we're just like, dude, we just want to have a good time. Just want to, you know, dance and enjoy music and everything like that. So that's why we started the whole day party thing.
And
Now,
the guys with you in the back. Who we got here?
this is Jose Ozone. He's our musical director. He's really in the trenches.
So you
when it
book.
comes
You're
to-
booking the music, not this guy.
He books them. I give him I tell him who to book.
Step up to the mic. Say it again. Say it again.
So Herb does all the booking, but we basically sit down and I come up with an initial list. He listens to them. Yo, I like it. I don't like it.
And so, how are you discovering music? Like,
I'm
what-
a DJ.
So you spin.
primarily.
Okay.
Yeah. So I spin out all of
Talk
our
closer to the mic for me.
I spin out all of our events, and I'm in the know. Like I listen for music. I dig for music. I produce music. So it's I pride myself on trying to find like the guys that are coming up and they're about to pop, like right there but not there yet. I mean, we had DJ Slink last year and he just got signed to Skrillex's label this year. Like I kind of pride myself on seeing where guys are about to go. So
And where are you from?
I'm here from New York City.
Where? Where? in New York?
Washington Heights.
Washington Heights. And you, Irv, where you from?
Oh, Queens.
You're from Queens. And who else we got back here?
This is Klep. He's our creative director.
Hi.
And Clep, when creative direction, what does that consist of?
Long story short, this guy, when Brunch Bounce first started, I'll speak into the mic. When Brunch Bounce first started, it was just like, you know, us partying up in like a spot uptown, whatever. My boy here was paying for some flyers. I know how to design stuff on Photoshop and all that. I'm not a designer, but I was looking at his flyers. I'm just like, I'm
Your
not
shit
really
is
feeling
trash?
this. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
it's like, yo,
Your
this
shit
shit
is
is
trash?
trash. I'm like, you paying for this? I'm like, nah, hold up, be right back. 5 minutes later, boom, knocked out. And it's a lot of the stuff that I work around is kind of like odd future based, where it's like something very like it's a
Obscure,
fucking toenail,
different, left,
obscure,
or-
so
yeah.
it's like it catches your attention. You know what I'm saying? So I just hit him back like, yo, here, do this, and I just pretty much ended up doing it from then on. I was just like, yo, you need a flyer. He'd be like, yo, I need a flyer. It says this, blah blah. 5 minutes later, boom, here we go. And then from then on,
And so now that's spawned into the
So
actual
now-
imagery for Greatest Day Ever and
well,
everything.
where I was
we see.
working before, I sat in the creative department, so I picked up a lot of stuff just from like people designing album artwork. So I was like, all right, cool. So when it came to the Greatest Day Ever, it's like, all right, you need this. I'm already doing it. Boom, let's knock it out. And I just come
And
up
thus
with,
the
like,
name Klept, because you're just picking things up out here. And just,
That's good. That's good. I never even thought of
yeah,
that.
anything like that?
No, the Klep's a whole other story. I'll be back in a couple years.
So Greatest Day Ever is this Saturday. 5,000 people will be out there. If you want to hear all types of great music in one place, how long is the event?
Starts at 1, ends at 10, and then we have an after party after that, which we'll be announcing later this week.
Greatest Day Ever at some
Probably
point.
like the day
Or is the Greatest Day Ever is not sold out? Like
no,
you
it's
can
not
still
sold
get
out. You can
tickets
still
right now.
get tickets
How do you get tickets?
at thegreatestdayever.com. So just go on there, right side, click on New York, boom, tickets. And we have different like prices. So you can buy a single ticket. If you want to bring 10 people, the more tickets you buy, the cheaper it gets.
Oh,
So
that's
you have
dope.
like that group pricing and
That's
everything like
cool.
that. So it encourages folks to bring more, homies out and everything. So you could buy 10. You could
What
buy
time
4,
should I get
2.
there this year? Last year I got there early. I got there at 3. I stayed till about 6.
Same time, man.
I wasn't built
Nah,
for it.
you gotta come. You gotta stay later, man.
Nah, man, it gets crazy, man.
You know what I love
I'm-
about Ebro? Ebro didn't do the whole Hollywood thing, like we're staying backstage and all that shit. He's like, yo, I just want to come into the back so I don't have to wait in line. But he went right into the
Oh, yeah, no.
right into the whole.
I was looking for the
right into
weed smokers. I was like,
trenches.
yo, where the weed smokers at? Let's
course you
roll
were.
something. No, it was a good time. And the reason I wanted to have you come by, it's not something we normally do to interview people who are promoting parties in New York City, right? Or even just interview DJs, right? But I thought it was interesting because I do see that, everyone is not just about the strip club and the bottle service, right? And I think that gets most of the shine.
Sure.
And I know that there are people looking for something different.
Sure.
And they don't know how to find it. They don't know who's doing it, right? Or they're not comfortable. They haven't met someone who's going to these things that they're hearing about. Their friends aren't going. So I thought it would be interesting for people to put a face with the movement. Maybe that would make them more comfortable coming out, hearing different types of music, right?
Sure.
Meeting different people, right? And because a lot of the people that I saw there, they're not your, regular club going individuals. They're people who work 9 to 5. They don't really get to go out a lot. They're college students. They don't have a lot of money, but they set aside this one time to actually go out. They can't afford bottle service, right? They don't have, money to throw in a strip club. They don't have that. So that's why I thought this was an interesting conversation.
No, we appreciate the support. Honestly, I mean, we're here for them. We're the alternative, I guess. We like the whole day party aspect and everything. It's like go out, have a great time. You're in bed by 11.
It's amazing. That's the best thing
Wake
ever.
up the
Day
next
drinking is for old people like me.
You wake
Right
up.
up my
You wake up
house.
the next day, go to church like nothing happened. Right?
Yeah, go to church.
How many times a year do you guys do this?
So we have 2 properties, right? We have Brunch Bounce and then we have the Greatest Day Ever. So Brunch Bounce happens probably like every 2-3 months. So that's kind of the way I like to put it is Brunch Bounce is kind of like the mixtape. Greatest Day Ever is the album. The long-term vision for the Greatest Day Ever is to add markets annually. So this year we added Miami. We have New York for the 2nd annual. Next year we look to add probably Philly or DC, and then keep doing them annually in these markets, and be that alternative.
And last year for Greatest Day Ever, did you have a performer? Was there somebody like this year? You have Travis Scott, but I don't remember somebody. I remember DJs last year, but there was nobody actually cracking that mic performing. So this is the
All
first,
DJs,
right?
Yeah, because the music is like, again, our whole thing is the music is a component of the event. So we don't necessarily really feel like we have to have a bunch of standing performers just pacing back and
But
forth.
why
for
then
it to-
this year decide to put on a performer? Why take that step?
With Travis Scott, it's more so about the energy. And also, we don't book anybody that we're not fans of. We don't book anybody just because they're hot. We book them because it's like, yo, dude, I've been listening to Travis's mixtape for, since it came out. And I was just like, yo, this is so hard. I got to have this dude at our event and everything. Same thing with all the other DJs. We genuinely enjoy their music, so we bring them on. You know what I mean? And like Jose said, part of the pride is having DJs that are on the cusp of blowing up and then seeing them blow up. Last year, if you see where the DJs that we had last year, like Brent Marr, Abe Drums, and you see where they were at then and where they're at now, we feel like almost like proud dads. Like we're watching them, their careers evolve, and we're just like, wow, maybe we had a hand in that.
Now the question is, they gonna give you that discount price when it's time to bring them back? You know what I mean? You know how that goes. They be like, I'm busy, fam.
Now we've maintained pretty cool relationships with a lot of these artists because we let them know, we get to talk to them and let them know that, hey, we're fans of yours. We love this project, and they can tell when it's genuine. You know what I mean? They know that it's just not like some straight up booking. Like, oh, we heard you're good, come by. Like So we take a lot of pride in that. So Greatest Day Ever is going to be happening annually, hopefully for a long time, and the long-term vision is to blow it out so it's a full midway, a full carnival. Like if I had it my way, I'd have a zip line, roller coaster.
Laura
like, all
Styles, go
types
ahead.
of
You can
stuff.
zip line at
You know what
Greatest
I
Day
mean?
Ever.
I'm in.
Like that's the kind of stuff we want to do. It's just about entertaining people. All the
I'm
way
glad
around.
there's no Travis Scott zip line combination this year.
Yo, make Travis Scott rock from the zip line.
Yeah, make
where
him
he's just
do it.
That'd be
sliding
tight.
across the whole thing back and forth nonstop.
He'd want to.
It'd be amazing.
As we look to get, hopefully brand partners get involved, brand partners that make sense for what we do get involved, and we have more funding so that we can do bigger things. I don't think that if we got funding, we'd say, hey, let's get bigger and bigger artists. We'd say,
more
what can we do
activation.
more activation within the event? How can we make this a better experience for somebody beyond just staring at the stage?
There it is. Greatest Day Ever is Saturday. Thanks for coming by, guys, man.
Appreciate
Good luck.
having us.
I'm a
Thank
big
you, man.
supporter, man.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, man.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.